Hey gang, welcome back to another edition of Coming Soon. I have not done one of these in a really long time, just due to timing and life, and I have a ridiculous amount. So this is probably going to be very long. If you've never watched one of these Coming Soons before, I'm basically just going to show you discs that either have just come out or are coming soon, so you can see the packaging and the specs and all that. And if my eyes allow me, I will read you what the specs are, but mostly I'm just here to show you what there is. And if you look at the description below this video, you have to be on YouTube to do that. If you look at the description below this video, I've got all the street dates and release dates and Amazon links. If you buy anything that I put a link for on YouTube through Amazon, they give me like a fraction of a penny. So if you want to see me, eventually get a haircut and wear different t-shirts, I sure do appreciate it. Every little bit helps. So we're just going to dive right in. I don't know what I'm going to be pulling up next, and I don't know when any of these come out. So again, look at the description under the video, click the links, and have a gay old time. So first out of the box is from Severin Films. I don't get a lot of Severin films. This is a film that was sent to me blind. I've never heard of this before. This features Jay Acavone and Matt LeBlanc. We know Matt LeBlanc. It is a Guy Magger film. It is Lookin' Italian. I've never heard of this. So what is this? This is the world Blu-ray premiere. It is 7 years after unleashing his horror classic Retribution. I've heard of that. That is available on Blu-ray. Guy Magger rolled the dice to write, produce, and direct this low-budget mob drama described as a tribute to Martin Scorsese, which introduced unknown Matt LeBlanc only 5 months before landing his breakout role in Friends. This special features, I'm not going to read you the whole story. It is direct in Italian, interview with writer, producer, director Guy Magger, archival interviews with cast and crew, Q&A with writer, producer, director Guy Magger, and if I'm mispronouncing that guy, I'm very sorry, and actors Jay Acavone, also sorry, Matt LeBlanc, Stephanie Richards, and Ralph Manza from the 1994 Palm Springs International Film Festival. Inside Edition, wow, Inside Edition did a piece on this. Exclusive look, behind the scenes, gag reel, trailer. This is region ABC, so this will play anywhere in the world if you throw it in a player. It is also closed captioned, and it is from 1994 English and 101 minutes. Now, Severin, for those of you who like the sound of shrink wrap, I didn't take it off on any of these. Severin, little ASMR for you shrink wrap freaks. Severin doesn't usually do too much with their releases, so it's a pretty simple release, but that is there a reversible cover? No, there is not. Lookin' Italian, coming soon, or as far as I'm concerned, it might already be out. Next up is, okay, so Radiance Films. I've talked about Radiance Films before. They're an offshoot, not an offshoot officially, but Radiance Films was created by somebody who used to work for Arrow Video in the UK, and they put out a lot of foreign deep cuts from the past, and a lot of Asian, a lot of French, a lot of Italian, which are all things I like. This is a film by Mika Ninagawa. This is SAKURAN. Now, as always, these little things right here that look like they're covering up the title, those are little inserts. Those are Japanese-style obi strips that if you don't want in here, you can just slip them right out. These are numbered. This is number 2609. These are numbered as region A and B because, again, these are sourced from originally from a British company, so they tend to just code them so that it'll play in England where they come from, or in Europe, I should say, and in North America. It is, oh, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. This is 88 Films. This isn't Radiance Films. This just is packaged like Radiance Films. I'm so sorry. Now I gave you a little info about Radiance. When I pull out a Radiance disc a little later, you're like, oh, he told me all about it. This is 88 Films, which is also a British company that is now releasing things over here, so they code their things both ways. This is Ancient Edo's legendary Yoshiwara. This is small print, so I'm going to mangle this. Red Light District, so this is a saucy film, is brought back to life in SAKURAN, the dazzling debut of acclaimed photographer Mika Ninagawa, who also made a film called HELTER, SKELTER, which is also in here. Based on the popular manga by Mayoko Ano. I'm not going to read any more than that because my eyes are terrible, and more video companies insist on putting micro print or printing things on, they printing like gray on black, just you can't read it. So this is from 2007. It's 111 minutes, 1:8:5 aspect ratio, Japanese language 5.1, and stereo. Let's look and see what the inside. 88. Yeah, this is funny. I don't really remember 88 doing obi strips before. Interesting. So we crack it open, and this is very colorful. I mean, this is, if the movie looks like this, I'm going to be happy because I am a sap for pretty colors. Take it out and you get the original Japanese poster. This is relatively recent in terms of a lot of the stuff 88 puts out. And then you get the booklet which, yeah, I'm just going to show you the thickness there. Are you down with the thickness? This is filled with beautiful photos. Wow. Yeah, I'm looking really forward to this. This movie looks gorgeous. This has all the original release information. Again, this is a 2007 film. We get Disruption in the Floating World, Neo-Japanese in Mika Ninagawa's SAKURAN by Jasper Sharp, who is an Asian cinema expert who appears on a lot of releases, be it in supplements or, yeah, this looks... I always say this when I do these. This is like, I kind of want to watch this tonight. This looks beautiful. Next up, randomly pulled, is, okay, this was sent to me. I've never heard of this. This is, this might be a rough ride. This is Busted Babies, a film by Casper Melted Hair by Bloodsick Productions. There's a couple of these in here. A cinema stacking tale of breakable proportions with extra immortal cheese and girls. A secret of turning flesh into glass breaks down reality. It's just a blank. When she trips in the barbecue salon, busting, rusting immortal goop onto the faces of herself, movie star and character name, blasts party murder of self. This sounds like a bad translation from another language. After Green Amulet confusion forever until the wood chipper reveals the dusty trick. But who are these men with Gartan, Galtar, and why do they dance so preciously? This looks like it was shot on video. Special features, Rorf Cranker short by Casper Melted Hair. Behind the scenes, outtakes, trailers, the Donald Farmer viewing experience. This is, the label, I guess, is Bloodsick Productions, 2024. So this to me looked like some weird 90s thing. This is a weird 2024 thing. It is 1 hour, 27 minutes, color, 2.0 stereo, and region free, so it will play anywhere. Not really sure what to make of this, but I will review. I review everything I get sooner or later, even though that stuff back there has been sitting there for a while. We have images that I can show you. Yes, I think I can. We have a little booklet and an image on the disc. And the booklet basically is just a little insert. So the Busted Babies, coming soon to my YouTube channel eventually. Then we get, this one I'm very excited about. This is a film I've heard of, but I've never seen. This is Soul to Soul. This was a 1971 soul R&B funk concert that took place, I want to say, in Africa. The legendary 1971 concert film that captures the soul of America in the heart of Africa, featuring but not limited to Ike and Tina Turner, Wilson Pickett, Santana, the Staple Singers, the Voices of East Harlem, and Les McCann and Eddie Harris. Now, MVD is putting this out. Reel It in the Years Productions, who is a company that has an insane archive of music and variety TV related stuff. If you go to their YouTube channel, you can see all kinds of really cool performances from shows that you may have never seen before, TV shows. So this is, I'm not going to read the back of the box. It's a concert film featuring the people that were mentioned here. This is from Liberation Hall, who puts out really interesting, excuse me, I get choked up when I talk about concert films. Liberation Hall puts out really interesting things, and they have also put this out CD and LP, vinyl, as the kids say, soundtrack. So this, I'm very excited about watching this. This features special features outtake of Ike and Tina Turner performing I've Been Loving You Too Long, 4 separate commentary tracks featuring Mavis Staples, Les McCann, Ike Turner, this is crazy, Michael Shreve of the Santana Band, Kevin Griffin of Voices of East Harlem, Ghanaian drummer Obo Addy, and original producer Tom Mosk, with reissue producer David Peck of Reelin' in the Years Productions. A 32-page booklet with an essay by Grammy Award-winning author Rob Bowman, and the 2025 trailer. This is 4:3 aspect ratio. So I do this to basically indicate it's a square and not to curse you or tell you I'm a Satan worshiper. 4:3, it's square, like old TV, because that's how it was shot. It's 100 minutes in color, English language, Dolby Audio stereo. It's region A, so this will only play in North America. I love this kind of music. I love this era of music, and I love a good concert movie. And there were so many concert movies made in the 70s that have just, for whatever reason, fallen off the map, or music rights keep them from being available. So it's always exciting to me when something like this comes out. This is a substantial package. You get the disc there, a little picture on the disc, and you get this very substantial book, very sturdy and nicely printed, with a lot of easy to read text and stills from the film. And yeah, very much looking forward to watching Soul to Soul and listening to the music, because it's what I'm all about. Up next, we have, looking forward to this one too, Elvis 56. I remember when this came out. This came out on tape back in the 80s, and I'm going to guess 86, but we'll tell you. And it's narrated by Levon Helm from the band, and it is just a lot of archival footage and stills of Elvis black and white in 1956, which is the year he really kind of first exploded onto the scene. Huge Elvis fan, so I was excited to get this on Blu-ray because I've never owned a copy of this. Remastered in high definition. This includes early television performances on the Dorsey Brothers show and the Ed Sullivan show. Ed Sullivan? That's what they called it. Presented in Ed Sullivan, the Ed Sullivan show, and a lot of early stuff. And this is not very long. It's 61 minutes in color and black and white English language, 4:3 aspect ratio, because this was made really for TV and home video in that era. And it 2.0 stereo audio. I don't think this is released by Lightyear Entertainment. I don't think this is probably too fancy in the packaging department. But again, having just watched Epic, which I highly recommend you see in the theater if you like Elvis or are Elvis curious, or don't like Elvis and like, maybe I need to go and pay to see a movie to convince me. Go see Epic. It's fabulous. This is region A, B, and C, so this will play anywhere in the world for Elvis fans worldwide. And yeah, tasteful cover, you know. Yeah, very much looking forward to that. And mercifully short. So this this is a movie I've heard of. I think I have an old Tai Sang tape of this that I got used somewhere that I've never watched, and I had to request it for the family. If you know Japanese cinema, you know they can be very, very tasteful. This is Big Boobs Buster. The story of this film is high school girl Masako can only think about her crush Bando, but when she finally confesses love, he turns her down flat for being flat-chested. So basically she gets her revenge on women who possess shadow casting overhang. So this is ridiculous, and come on. So I will be reviewing this. This is put out by Whole Grain Pictures, and I love Whole Grain because if you can see there, the information on the back looks like nutritional information on the back of a box. This will play anywhere in the world. So if you are in France and you're like, I need Big Boobs Buster in my life, this will play. If you're in Canada, it'll play. If you're in Topeka, it'll play. I don't know if it'll play with the family, but it'll play. So there are special features on this. We have all new 4K remaster from the original camera negative. It's not long. This is where are we here? This says this film is 45 minutes, to which I say, I didn't think the Japanese could make anything that short, but this is 45 minutes. It is subtitles in English. It is Japanese 2.0. There is an English dub for this, and it is all region, as I just said. It has that new remaster from the original negative. It includes original behind-the-scenes footage, audio featuring a hilariously padded English dub, and it includes the original DVD release trailers. This is from 1990, Japanese, as I may have said, directed by Hisashi Watanabe, and this is probably incredibly silly and goofy, and I'm going to guess probably less explicit than you would think, because the Japanese could go one way or the other. They could go very, very chaste while being saucy, and they could go extreme, but then pixelating the things that don't get pixelated here. So this is, we get... The disc is just the image from the cover, and then we get a woman there. So interested in to finally see this. See, I had looked this up online, and it said this was like 60 minutes, and I'm surprised it's 45. But, you know, if it only takes 45 minutes to tell the story of Memorial Revenge, it only takes 45 minutes. Here we have a film I'd long heard about and has been released in the wake, unfortunately, of its director's passing. This is Heaven, a film by Diane Keaton. This is a documentary exploring the idea of heaven. This is a new remaster. This is in color and black and white. It's 80 minutes, English language, 166 aspect ratio, audio 2.0. This is all regions, so this will play anywhere in the world. This is released by, again, Lightyear Entertainment, and it is rated PG-13. Basically, it is reflecting on our own fascination with the Afterlife Academy Award-winning actress. Diane Keaton presents a wonderfully insightful and lighthearted look at the great beyond in her directorial debut. I remember when this movie came out. I don't see 1987. I remember when it came out and it getting reviewed like on Siskel and Ebert and things like that. It was kind of an art house film, so it didn't really play anywhere near me at the time. I lived within driving distance of Dartmouth, so it probably played in Hanover at Dartmouth, but anywhere near me at your local multiplex, you wouldn't have seen this. And what do we have on the inside? We have a disc that is very similar to the cover, and a still from the film that is some kind of a cinematic, probably silent film depiction of heaven. So thought-provoking, interesting, probably humorous and fun. Been curious about this movie. I've been curious about this movie for decades, so it's cool to finally get it. Unfortunately, it took the death of its director to make that happen. Here's something I didn't ask for, but I'll watch it because I'll watch whatever they send me. Cinderella, live in concert. That's right. 80s, 90s hair metal band, glam metal as some people called them at the time, Cinderella. I did not like this kind of music at the time, so I'm only vaguely aware of them existing and having a lot of hair and a lot of dangly things off them in all the music videos that look the same. This is a concert from, I believe, 1991. It is presented on Blu-ray. This is all regions, so anywhere in the world, if you're a Cinderella fan and you're in Upper Mongolia and you're like, they don't put the Blu-rays out here, you can import this and see Cinderella on your very own TV in, I would say HD, but there's no way this was shot in HD back in 91, so at best this is an upscaled standard def presentation. It is, special features include live concert performance. That is actually what this disc is, so I'm not sure that's like saying if you put out Every Which Way But Loose on Blu-ray, the first special feature is the movie. It's not a special feature. Music slideshow. Those things are usually just stills from what you just watched, but maybe this isn't. And includes smash hit singles Nobody's Fool, Gypsy Road, Shelter Me, and more. So very few of those special features are actually special features, but that's fine. You get 17 tracks. It is a live concert by Cinderella. It was part of the Heartbreak Station Tour 1991. Now, when I think Cinderella, again, I don't really know much about them, so please correct me. When I think Cinderella, I think like 87, 88. So this is a little past when you normally would be probably wanting to see Cinderella live, but let's see if there's anything in here. I'm going to guess no. Not really. You get a little insert for other things released by the same company, and then basically the same cover on there. So, but what I will say all that. I don't care about Cinderella, didn't care then, don't really care now. I will watch this because maybe I'll like it now. But if you're a fan of Cinderella, it's kind of cool to have this on Blu-ray. That's all I'm saying. There's a lot more to go, by the way. Okay, also, now I will say, from 88 Films comes that other film from the director of the Sakura, or whatever that was called that we talked about earlier. This is Helter Skelter. Nothing to do with Manson as far as I know. Nothing to do with the song on the White Album as far as I know. This is, again, region A and B. This is a Japanese film from 2012. So again, in the scheme of things, more recent than what A usually puts out. It is 1:8:5 aspect ratio, 5.1 stereo, 127 minutes. That's the Japanese length I know and worry about. Japanese language. And this is top model and fashion idol Liliko is used to being the center of attention, living epicenter of her own universe in a multimedia saturated hyper reality in which everything is airbrushed and color adjusted to perfection. When she begins to suffer traumatic side effects from her repeated illegal cosmetic surgery, this almost sounds like The Substance, cosmetic surgery sessions, she finds fame comes at a cost as she is plunged into a nightmarish world where her sense of self-image and identity begins to fracture. This visually looks like it's similar to that other one I was showing you a little while ago, which means I'm going to enjoy this for the visuals, if nothing else. And for those who like the sound of shrink wrap, there it is. Crack her open. And yes, I can show you these images. Very, very lovely looking here. Take the disc out and we get what looks like it was the original Japanese poster. Very fashionable. And we get another pretty hefty booklet with images from the film, promotional images and stills from the film. And original Japanese release was 2012. We get Desire Doesn't Care, It Just Keeps On with Another Face, The Hungry Girl Machine in Mika Ninagawa's Helter Skelter by Violet Burns. And this is a long essay and heavily illustrated with images from the film, which looks very interesting to me. So that is, in all likelihood, out by now. Some of these have been on my shelf for a little while, from 88 Films. Then we go to something I'd never heard of, Year of the Rabbit. This is a UK comedic mystery sleuthy TV show. featuring Matt Berry, who you may know from many things. I initially saw him on Mighty Boosh, but he's done a lot, and he puts out a lot of really interesting albums, too. This is set in the dark heart of Victorian London, year of the rabbit follows Detective Inspector Rabbit, Matt Berry, of What We Do in the Shadows. Oh yeah, he's on that. I've seen the movie, but not the show. A hardened booze hound who's seen it all, and his hapless new partner Strauss, Freddie Fox from House of the Dragon, while investigating a murder, the ambitious daughter, Susan Wokoma from Enola Holmes, of the chief of police joins them, becoming London's first female officer. Together, the trio must fight crime while rubbing shoulders with street gangs, crooked politicians, and Bulgarian princes, directed by BAFTA nominee Ben Taylor from Catastrophe and written by Emmy and WGA award winners Andy Riley and Kevin Cecil of Veep. I love Veep. Veep, for my money, one of the funniest comedies ever. Veep made me forget that Julia Louis-Dreyfus had ever done anything other than Veep. With additional material from Matt Berry, this is widescreen 16:9 presentation, color 2019, 144 minutes total, but it's 6 episodes, and it is has optional English subtitles, and it is an English stereo. This is, again, region ABC, so this will play in the UK, this will play in Scotland, this will play in China, this will play in Chicago. It is from MVD Visual. I'm a big fan of British comedy. I'm a big fan of British TV. I've fallen woefully behind on it. I used to watch more British TV than American TV in the old torrenting days, shall we say. And now I'm so busy with all this stuff, I don't get a chance to watch it. So when it comes across like this, I'm going to say yes. This packaging, nothing that interesting inside, but it's a show I look forward to watching very soon and reporting back to you upon. So we're almost done with the shrink wrap. Now we have one from Radiance Films. This is a film by Takashi Miike. This is, which a lot of people tell me I pronounce his name wrong. I've said it wrong for so many years, it's hard to break out of that. But Mr. Takeshi is Agitator, which I've never heard of. This is the US Blu-ray premiere. It is limited edition of 2,000 copies, has original theatrical version and extended 200-minute, love the Japanese, cut presented in its original 2-part form, standard def, so apparently this was originally done for TV. A new interview with Miike and audio commentary, and booklet with new writing by Tom Mess, who's one of the all-stars of Asian cinema reportage, when you're watching a lot of this stuff like I do. A Yakuza is murdered after violently assaulting a hostess on rival turf, providing a catalyst for a gang war between factions seeking a redistribution of power. So it's a Yakuza film from Miike. This is, as I said before, with the Obi strip thing, paying tribute to the Japanese origins of a lot of these films. This thing right here that seemingly covers up, you can just slip that out if you don't want it, and if you don't want it obscuring the front and the back. It is region A and B, so this will play in Europe and in North America, and Dolby Audio and Japanese language 185 widescreen mono from 2001. It can be 130 minutes or it can be 200 minutes. And when I review these things, I don't have the time or interest in watching 2 versions of anything because by the second time around, I'm just not into it. So I'll usually pick one or the other. Sometimes in the case of The Cat, I'll try to just fast forward through the alternate version to see what's different and just watch the different parts so I can talk about it. I don't know what I'm going to do with this because 200 minutes versus 130 are 2 very different experiences. So the disc, Radiance never puts anything very interesting on the disc surface, but the reversible cover is usually the original poster art, which is always cool to have. And then the booklet has images from the film, cast and crew list, high and low, how Takashi Miike went from video store to the red carpet, 2025 by Tom Mess, and then transfer notes, or Tom Mez and transfer notes. And then again, with these, you get like little images from various posters of what they're talking about. And then you get stills. Basically, they're just frame grabs from the new transfer. And Radiance always does a really good job with their transfers. So the new transfers always look pretty slick. Then we have Coven of the Black Cube, a film by Bruce Longo. This is totally unknown to me. This was tossed in. The way this works, if you don't know, is I deal with MVD predominantly, music video distribution, and they, I pick from their list of what's coming out that I want to see, but occasionally they'll throw things in that I don't ask for that is, the kind of thing I normally would talk about. And a lot of times they'll throw things in that I wouldn't have thought to ask for that are actually pretty interesting. So a heavy metal love story filled with arsenic and witchery. A mysterious coven helps unhappy wives murder their husbands. Almost sounds like The Love Witch. A deadbeat stoner turns a pizzeria into a video rental head shop, and a lost soul falls in love with a serial killer in this queer romance cursed by black magic and the occult. Looks like it was shot on video, featuring live performances by, I can't read a lot of these because they have very interesting logos. There's featuring live performances and music in this. Commentary by writers, special features commentary with writers Bruce Longo, Zoe Angeli, Josh Schaefer. Josh Schaefer, I know him. Oh, that's cool. And DP Michael DiFrancesco. This is from 2024. It's horror. It's an hour and 37 minutes. Color 2.0 stereo, region free, so this will play anywhere. This is also from Bloodsick Productions. Josh Schaefer, pal of mine, who helps us at the Mahoning Drive-In Theater in Lehighton, Pennsylvania, with our, I think, 10 years of going now, VHS Fest, which is like a national thing it's become, and he also runs Lunch Meat. So if you're a fan of VHS culture and retro and old tapes and video stores, you've probably seen Josh's work with Lunch Meat, and you got some cool little inserts there. So cool. I know Josh has started like being in movies now, so that's kind of neat. It's always wild when somebody I know pops up on these things. Then we have from MVD Visual, The Secret Lives of Bill Bartell. This is, excuse me, I get choked up when I talk about Bill Bartell. This is a new documentary, and this is region A, B, and C, so this will play anywhere in the world. This is widescreen 6:10 by 9, 101 minutes, unrated 2.0 stereo. It has English subtitles, 1 hour of additional bonus features, including the original trailer, deleted scenes, and a Sundance Q&A. What is this film about? You fool, you fool, you may be yelling at the screen. Bill Bartell, musician, cop, rodeo bull rider, and punk rock zealot, who was this charming trickster who connected the dots between the Germs, Yoko Ono, Kiss, and Kurt Cobain. David Marquis' documentary peels back the layers of Bartell's eccentric world, detailing how a disenfranchised suburban kid infiltrated the inner circles of rock and roll. His audacity left an unforgettable, often invisible mark on culture, deepening the mystery of who he was and the secrets he took with him, and his life came to a sad and unexpected close. I have no idea about this at all. It was sent to me, but I love music and I love documentaries, so I'm very curious about this. So we take off the shrink wrap for those who observe. We try to take off the shrink wrap for those who enjoy it. This isn't what you paid for. There we are. Sometimes packaging is so secure, the end consumer can't get into it. So this has a picture of Mr. Bartell, and another image of Mr. Bartell. Very curious about this film. I will gleefully watch that and find out all about Mr. Bartell. Now we get into the slipcase stuff. We have Highway to Hell. I haven't talked about Visual Vengeance stuff in a while. I haven't gotten Visual Vengeance in a while, but they keep cranking this stuff out. These very low budget, straight to video, oftentimes shot on video or shot on non-35 millimeter, shot on 16, shot on 8, shot on Super 8 films. Convicted mass murderer Toby Gilmore has escaped from prison, and the open desert becomes his playground for sadism and destruction. Determined to stop him after failing to execute him years earlier, Officer Earl Dent, Richard Harrison, who's known for those really goofy, if you've ever seen the image of the guy, serious-looking guy with a mustache, talking on a Garfield phone, that's Richard Harrison, sets out on a relentless pursuit that turns into a deadly game of cat and mouse. So it's a homegrown, cheap action movie. And sometimes those can be wild because what people do to get the shot and to get the action is the kind of thing that people with more sense might not have done. So that's why I asked for this one. So Visual Vengeance always put out these amazing releases with really cool, like new cover art. And I'll show you the inside, which I haven't looked at yet. Special features. SD Master from Original Tape Elements, commentary with director Brett McCormick, who's done a lot of straight-to-video stuff, director Brett McCormick interview, Red Hot Asphalt, actor Richard Harrison interview, wow, Road Trip, actress Blue Thompson interview, writing a Road Trip to Hell, screenwriter Gary Kenmaker interview, actor Tom Fagan interview, image gallery, bonus movie, Redneck County Fever from 1992, directed by Gary Kenmaker. Redneck County Fever commentary track with Brett McCormick and Gary Kenmaker. So you get 2 movies on this. Redneck County Fever, Brett McCormick interview. I already said that. Visual Vengeance trailers. Stick your own VHS sticker set. Cool. I like these. Reversible sleeve featuring original VHS art, folded mini poster, original English subtitles, optional English subtitles. This is region ABC, so this will play anywhere in the world. From 1990, USA color, 90 minutes. Thank you. English, stereo, full screen 133 because it was made for the home video market at the time, and if it was shot on video, it would have been 4:3 at the time, and it's unrated. So we take the slipcase off to reveal, carefully, because I'm particular, to reveal different artwork and then we crack her open. And I love this. They give you these little video store style stickers that you can savor the flavor of or put on anything. They're not scratch and sniff. You get the image of the slipcase on the disc. You get the original video cover on the reversible sleeve. And then you get this mini poster, which looks pretty cool. This mini poster for the film. I love action movies. I'm not, as you know me, I'm no fan of the 90s, but 1990s close enough to the 80s that it might not bug me stylistically. But I love action movies, and especially fascinated by these cheap action movies, because sometimes they can do things that you would not see in a mainstream film. Now we have a 2-disc special edition, Born Innocent, the Red Cross story. I'm only vaguely familiar with Red Cross. I think at some point I bought one of their CDs. I knew who they were because they were in the film Spirit of 76, which I love, 70s flashback movie playing two, doofus suburban teens. They also do the theme song to the movie, which is really fun and really good. So, but I've heard about them forever as sort of like a pop punk band. I know Shona Knife did a song about them. This is released by MVD Visual. It is unrated. It is region A, B, and C. So again, it will play anywhere. It is a 2-disc documentary about Red Cross. It runs 88 minutes, 89 minutes, and the special edition includes, get yourself a cushion, 5.1 sound mix of the theatrical feature, audio commentary from Red Cross's Jeff and Stephen McDonald and director Andrew Reich, new featurette on the cult classics Desperate Teenage Love Dolls and Love Dolls Superstar, new featurettes on the infamous 1975 Pollywog Park Show with Black Flag and 1982 Santa Monica Pier Show, complete footage of the 2015 rehearsal and reunion show, wow, of the original lineup of the band figuring Greg Hetson, complete footage of an unseen 89 rehearsal with the Third Eye lineup of the band, the McDonald Brothers Unplugged, 40 minutes of outtake footage of Jeff and Stephen playing acoustic versions of Red Cross songs, a post-screen. If you're a Red Cross fan, there's no way you don't want to have this. A post-screening Q&A with Jeff and Stephen and Andrew Reich, extended outtake sections on the band's beginnings and the Posh Boy EP, Teen Babes from Monsanto, Neurotica, Third Eye, Spirit of 76, the name change from Red Cross to Red Cross, the spelling CROSS or KROSS, and more. A full interview with the Muffs' Kim Shatuk, plus more than we can list here. That's a lot, and that they can't even list it all. This is insane. So, packaging. The slipcase, not wanting to break it, but on very tightly. Slips off to reveal more or less the same thing underneath, front and back. Crack it open. You get the 2 discs, the film and the bonus disc. You get My Journey to Making Born Innocent, which is a little booklet, zine-looking booklet. You get Red Cross, little, interesting, like a little concert poster or postcard replica. You get another postcard replica of a Red Cross show, Red Cross live show. That's all really cool. And again, I only have a passing familiarity with Red Cross. I like what I've heard, and I'm really excited to dig into this. This is insane. This review, I would say, is coming soon, but this sounds like this is hours and hours and hours of footage, so that may make this review come a little bit later than the other ones. A little bit later than Big Boobs Buster, which is 45 minutes long. Okay, so that's all that was in this box, but guess what? I got a lot more than that. If you're sticking with me through this whole thing, bless you. In advance of your next sneeze. We have from 88 Films, Duel to the Death. This is a bit of a martial arts classic. This, I believe, is from 1983. This is explosive directorial debut of action master Tony Ching. I'm not going to give you the plot because it's foo. It's crazy wire foo and swords and things like that. This is a limited edition slipcase featuring art by RP, Kung Fu Bob O'Brien, and booklet by Johnny Burnett, aka The Fanatical Dragon. Features include a stunning new 2K restoration from the original negative, original Cantonese mono with English subtitles, optional English dub mono for if you're like me and I'm just used to watching these things dubbed. Audio commentary by Asian film expert Frank Jang from the New York Asian Film Festival. Frank's always great. Interview with actor Eddie Ko. Interview with script writer Manfred Wong. Dual identity archival interview with actor Sui Kung. I'm so sorry. Flora Chung on Duel to the Death, archival interview with actress Flora Chung, no strings attached, wire work featurette, alternate English credits, image gallery, original Hong Kong trailer, reconstructed Tai Seng trailer, reversible sleeve featuring original Hong Kong poster artwork. This is one of those discs that prints dark red on a black background. So I believe this is 87 minutes. I believe this is 2.35 aspect ratio. It's from 83. It is in Cantonese and English, as I said, and it has English subtitles. So the slipcase, I take care of my stuff, slips off to reveal the same artwork that you just saw, front and back. Crack it open, and we get pretty cool, badass disc art. We get, now they put this in like a smoked case, so it's kind of dark, but you can, oh, actually it shows well on camera. You can see that that's the original Hong Kong Chinese poster, and this booklet is substantial. With when Bushido is pitted against Kung Fu, it has to be Duel to the Death. This has, oh, that's a naked woman, so there's nudity in this film. We have cast and crew information. We have Ching Sui Tung, written by the Fanatical Dragon, and it is a lot of text and a lot, Ninja Please, also written by the Fanatical Dragon, and it's a lot of text and a lot of imagery from the new transfer of the film. This is a really good flick. This is one that I had on DVD. This was put out by, strangely enough, 20th Century Fox Home Video many moons ago, and I was happy to jettison that in advance of this new definitive presentation. Oh, the pile that's at my feet right now. We're getting there. We're going to end with a bunch that have almost nothing to say about, so that's cool. Also from Visual Vengeance comes a saucy-looking tale, Date with a Vampire. This is from 2000/2002 from the USA. Color 88 minutes in English, in stereo, full screen 133 because this was made for home video and shot on commercial video equipment at the time, and it is unrated. This is also all regions, so this will play anywhere in the world. From the director of Night Owl and the writer of Vampires and Other Stereotypes, which was kind of interesting from what I recall. That was another Visual Vengeance release. Violet is a vampire who hungers for sexual pleasure as much as her victim's blood. By night, she plows the city, maybe both, luring both men and women into her web of lust and murder. Her latest unsuspecting prey, Chuck, is a lonely young man she meets in a smoky bar and draws into the orbit of with a mix of charm, sensuality, and mystery, but what begins as a flirtation soon becomes a hypnotic seduction, leading him straight into her bed and trapped into a world of erotic indulgence and eternal hunger. This sounds like a Cinemax After Dark film. Produced during the booming heyday of the shot-on-video era, Date with a Vampire captures a unique moment when softcore erotica and horror overlapped on the shelves of late 90s and early 2000s video stores. Directed by Jeffrey Arsenault, creator of the cult vampire favorite Night Owl, written by prolific filmmaker Kevin J. Lindenmuth, who did Addicted to Murder, and featuring an appearance by cult East host horror actor Joe Zazzo from Five Dead on the Crimson Canvas. Together they craft a stylish, lo-fi vampire film that perfectly captures the era, raw and experimental creativity in New York's low-budget horror scene of the time. So, special features. SD Master from Original Tape Elements commentary with with director Jeffrey Arsenault, interview with director Jeffrey Arsenault, interview with screenwriter. I'm almost done with this, I swear to God. Interview with screenwriter Kevin J. Lindenmuth. Interview with actress Cynthia Palovich. Sorry about that, Cynthia. Interview with basement vampire actor Joe Zazzo. Location manager Nathan Thompson. Date with a Vampire Memories. Buckingham Manor location video with Nathan Thompson. Image gallery original trailer. Bonus film. Blood Craving, which is why it said 2000-2002, because that's from 2002. Blood Craving commentary with director Jeffrey Arsenault. Blood Craving interview with director Jeffrey Arsenault, or Arsenault, if you will. Blood Craving's image gallery. Blood Craving original first draft trailers. After Midnight Entertainment trailer reel. Visual Vengeance trailers. Stick your own VHS sticker set reversible sleeve featuring new Blood Craving art. Folded mini poster and optional English subtitles. I'm getting lightheaded with all of this text. The slipcase, again, tightly slips off to reveal different artwork there. Cracker open, and we get, yes, I can show you all this. I guess on YouTube I can probably show you anything. I'm used to the public access world where I have to be a little PG to G. So we get some artwork there, and then we have the video store stickers, which are always kind of fun if the glare doesn't obscure them. And then we get the mini poster, which looks like that. So that is another Visual Vengeance. Now, Visual Vengeance has put out a lot. They have put out a lot that I have not gotten to review. So if you don't see me talking about it, don't think it doesn't exist. Check out Visual Vengeance if you like this sort of thing. If you're a fan, I'm not really, but if you're a fan of 90s, 2000s straight-to-video stuff, Visual Vengeance has you more than covered. Okay, here's a deluxe edition. This is really the last one I'm going to talk about much at all. This is a Joey Wong and Yoon Bu in Picture of a Nymph. This is a very nice set from 88 Films. Comes with a couple of slipcases that I'm going to show you and some tuck-ins. This is region A, B, and B, so this will play in North America and Europe. It is 98 minutes. Again, dark purple, dark violet on a purple background. Kind of illegible to my eyes. Cantonese mono, English subtitles, 1:8:5 aspect ratio from 1988. This is a hauntingly beautiful tale of love, art, and the supernatural. That's all I'm going to tell you, because my eyes are not good enough to read the rest of what this says. Freeze frame and have fun with that. So we have an external slipcase. Let's see if I can get this out without tearing it. We have an external slipcase. Oh, wow, this is really in here. If you like seeing me struggle, okay, I don't usually do this, but off comes the shrink wrap so that I can get this thing out of here. There we go. External slipcase slips off to reveal a different, beautiful cover. Come in. Sorry. Hard matte finish with a little gloss there. They do really nice jobs on these hard cases that they do. And then in there, from that, slips out even more stuff. We have a postcard replica of an international poster, a couple international posters. We have a booklet that is thick and nicely square bound, nice matte finish on there, that features, again, stills from the film and various posters and concept art. Cast and crew, More Ghosts and Gremlins, Less Golden Harvest by Paul Bramhall, Ghosts, Scholars, and Spirits, The Legacy Behind Picture of a Nymph by Fraser Elliott, and special thanks. And it's just, this movie looks like it's going to be gorgeous because the stills from this are very impressive. And then we have the case, which is similar to what we saw earlier. We have that artwork that's on the back of the slipcase on the disc, and then you pop it out and you get the original Hong Kong poster. So that's a really nice set. 88 does an excellent job. I say it every time I talk about this stuff, but we are living in a new golden age of Asian cinema on disc. It is insane. It was never this good before, and the presentations are amazing. So the last few things I want to talk about are purely for informational purposes. I get Arrow Video releases, and they don't have packaging the way I get them. They're just the check discs or review discs or whatever you want to call them, screener discs. So I can't tell you much about these releases, but click the links and you will see images of all of them. They always come with really nice packaging and booklets, and sometimes they have cards and lobby cards. They're often packaged like what I just showed you. But coming soon, I'm going to hold it up just for my own reference. Coming soon from Arrow Video, 4K UHD and Blu-ray is, this is just 4K UHD, Salem's Lot. It is the original TV movie miniseries Salem's Lot and the theatrical version with a ton of extras. They usually port over any extras from previous releases and then add a bunch of new ones, and it looks better than it's ever looked before. So Salem's Lot, looking forward to watching this because I've seen Salem's Lot over the years, but I haven't seen it a lot. And if anything, I've seen the theatrical version, the home video version, more than the TV version. There is the option of watching it. I don't know if they're integrated or if they're extras, but all the original bumpers and, tomorrow night on Salem's Lot. You can watch it that way, which is really cool, looking better than any off-air recordings of the day. Red Sonja is coming from Arrow Video on 4K. This is a movie that I've seen, but I don't really remember. I remember when it came out as a kid, and I felt like it was a Conan spinoff, and it was Schwarzenegger looking just like Conan, but he's not playing Conan, and it's a character from the same author as Conan the Barbarian, and it starred Brigitte Nielsen as the titular Red Sonja. This film was remade fairly recently, I think, but like most remakes, I've already forgotten about it. We have a film I've never heard of called The Birthday. This is relatively recent in the scheme of things. This is being released as a 4K UHD or a Blu-ray. It is a dark horror comedy thriller, I think, that features Corey Feldman from, I guess, probably the last 10 years or so. We have the Ichi Kudo Samurai Collection Limited Edition. It is a 3-disc set of samurai films from Japan. I have no packaging, so I can't tell you any of the details about that. But as always, if you click the link below, go to Amazon. It'll have all the specs there. You can pre-order it. Usually if you pre-order things from Amazon, it's like 30% off, sometimes better. If you follow me on Facebook, I will often post when Amazon is doing a really good sale or any really good deals. But anything you buy through any of my links via Amazon, or if you just click on one of my links and then you go buy a blender, I get a little taste of that, which is really nice of them to do. So thank you so much for bearing with me for, geez, damn near an hour. It was a really big pile. I don't like to make them this long, but if you've stuck through this, thank you so much. Or watch it in chunks. And this stuff is all out there coming soon.